The top ranked trading bot on MQL5 is gaming the system. It's called Quantum Queen. $1,000 price tag, pure gold trades backed by live signals. But those live signals, they're rigged. When the bot starts crashing, the seller injects new cash, so it looks like it's surviving. Then silently swaps signals when one gets too close to blowing up. There are several Quantum Queen signals running right now. Why? To hide the wreckage. They don't all survive, and he knows it. This is more than just martingale risk. It's a manipulated performance game, and I'm calling it out. Watch this before you fall for the fake success story. Check it out. The Evergreen Quantum Emperor, I already made a couple of reviews about. Check it out. Quite an interesting system, surviving for quite a while in the top charts. And here you see live signal V5. So the provider Ion Puskazu is doing the classy switcheroo of going from one signal to another, being a little bit like transparent by saying, well, it's the fifth signal, so like the fourth signal before they blew up, and that's why I'm using now the fifth signal. It's a little bit of a transparency thingy, what I appreciate, but you also have to keep in mind he is not really honest about like how, why, and how the other four signals that has been provided before actually blew up. When we click on this one, we also see, well, it's relatively mature. It's almost 1 year old with of course a very good return, but take it with a very heavy grain of salt, obviously, because this trading system is just based on the survivor bias ship, pretty much one of the few remaining signals. We do not know how many systems Bogdan Ion Puskazu might have in his backhand to just replace V5, V6, V7 and so on. Nevertheless, the provider, he is very active, and he brought out a new trading bot, which is again ranking on number one pretty much on the MQL5 market, Quantum Queen MT5. He somehow found out a way to always rank very good on the MQL5 market, getting a very good exposure. Since this is a new system with a new signal, has been updated on the 9th of May 2025, so that's very recent. I'm recording this today on the 17th of May 2025. Let's quickly see on what this trading bot is on. Well, obviously it's trading gold against the US dollar. Quick check of the live signal, 420% in roughly 1 year. Very good return so far. We see a lot of stuff is happening here, probably many withdrawals, or is this actually because of the drawdown? And yes, indeed, we actually see that there has been many withdrawals out of this signal to stay probably around the 1K mark, I assume. Initial deposit set at 100 US dollar and overall deposits 4.43. Overall, this makes me very suspicious because you see here with the red marks the withdrawals. Right, it's happening here, and then here it's $1,300, $900, $600. So there you might think, well, that's fine. The provider is just taking out some of the wins, and why not? But let's actually see what's happening before. He deposited $100 before. Can we see actually the date? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, not really. Anyway, so here $100. I think this one is happening a little bit later. So he's actually taking out the deposit money out of this live signal. Here he's depositing $500. And he takes out $800. Here he's depositing $700, 1K, so $1,700 in total. And here again taking out $1,350, leaving a little bit in the account. 1K, $700, taking out $1,300. So why is he doing that? Let's quickly check it out here in the drawdown chart. And we already see a little bit of a pattern right here. So the red line you see here is actually the drawdown of this system, sometimes going as steep as, let's see, can we flush it? Yeah, well, somewhere around 38%, let's see. With this one, quite often breaching the 10%, like this line. Here we are also sitting at around 35%. So yeah, overall the story is it's happening relatively often. And somehow, for whatever reason, he's always depositing money during periods of drawdown, very likely to offset a system that is running into the wrong direction, right? I assume when we quickly go back to the Quantum Queen MT5, reading a little about the trading rationale, it is a grid EA, trading on the 1 minute chart or the daily chart, so that is quite a range. But he's not really mentioning any martingale thingies, even though, I mean, grid could be a subcategory of a martingale trading system, but he's just saying, well, it's a grid system. So far, so fair. Now let's actually test that baby live on MetaTrader5. I will get the demo. Quantum Queen MT5. Testing on gold. Let's actually see if we need to do anything with the settings here. Okay, they have also a channel, that's nice. Let's check this out in a sec. But I think I will just keep all the settings as they are. Start EA paused. I don't know what this really means, but let's go in the visual mode. So what we already see in the visual mode is opening tons of charts. It's the 50-minute, 5-minute, 10, 20, 30, 1 hour. But no indicators open, so that is not really telling me too much what kind of indicators are in play. So let's actually slow this down a little bit and let's see if we find something interesting here. The trades are taking so fast, I can't really see what's happening there. Let's see, okay, it's taking very small trades actually, 0.01, fair enough, and very small profits. I think since it's taking so small profits, it's better to accommodate for commissions just in case. Okay, let's see if we see any shenanigans here on the charts, because the only information I really have is it's a grid system. Okay, there we had some trades. Let's zoom in. Ooh, zoom in a little bit more. So yeah, very classy indeed grid system. And I don't see yet really a martingale supercharge. It's not like doubling down or whatsoever, at least as of now. Let's see if this is happening if price continues further into the wrong direction, so to say. Let's go on the 1 hour chart and let's just let it run for a while while we check out the graph. Very similar to systems we usually see, well, kind of we're doing a scalping approach, very small profits, but being okay with like bigger drawdowns, equity drawdowns. But here we also see some bigger returns. So actually, let's go back to these kind of trades. Let's see where those happened. Let's see where this has been here. $8, $9. Okay, that's a little bit bigger. Let's see where this is happening. Pretty much here. I must say I don't really know why it's being, why the returns are bigger here. Might be just maybe some spread or whatsoever. Some gaps in the market leading to bigger returns. Because usually I would expect a very smooth return curve. Let's see what the provider is actually promising regarding the equity curve. Yeah, it's a relatively smooth, stable return curve. Even though I must say there are some jumps indeed in it. So maybe when the market is very hectic, it lets winners run for a while. It's interesting to see. Okay, here we actually had something interesting. Let's quickly go back. It's roughly on the 26th of Feb. Let's stop it here. 26th of Feb, somewhere here. Ooh, okay, let's see. Zoom. We have been in these trades for quite a while, but nothing I can really spot out of here. Let's see if there has been any double downs or whatever. No. Volume remains the same. Okay, fair enough. There's like no doubling down happening as of now. We will just let it run for a bit more. Let's make this smaller. So now I had it run for the whole year 25. Yeah, commissions are not eating up the profits, the returns we expect here. Also the swaps are not too many. Let's see actually one of the bigger swaps showing us where we have been in the hole for quite a while. So it's been here. I mean, if this is the worst you can expect with this kind of trading system where you enter a trade on the 21st of Jan, 22nd, I mean, okay, a couple of hours, not even long. So that's interesting. I must say the equity curve looks very stable. Backtest report. Let's quickly go back to the report. The amount of trades are healthy, so there's like quite a lot happening. So that's interesting to see that this is actually working out quite nicely. So the trading bot seems to be working quite fine on goal, I must say. Also, I don't see any hints or clues that it's doubling down, except of course, I mean, it's a bit fake if it's not saying a martingale, because it's a grid system is inherently doubling down, just not by doubling the size of the position the next trade, but at least taking just another position and another position and another position the further the price goes into the wrong direction. Let's quickly go back to the sales page. If we see anything weird, so the reviews, well, there are plenty of them. The seller is, well, having a good month, 67 purchases per month, leading pretty much to, well, let's assume he's really selling it for 900, for 1k roughly, so he's making 70k, 77k, assuming that he's not giving out any discounted prices or whatsoever. And let's see, I mean, overall the reviews are stellar. Maybe let's see if there are any negative reviews. Not a single one. Positive, all of them. So that makes me a little bit suspicious if there's maybe a review farm behind it, or if really this is one of the product on MQL5 right now, simply being the best. So that's really interesting to see. The comment section, you see that also the provider is relatively active. Ian Puscaso, who replies to the questions, to the comments. So that's a good thing. I like it. Going back to the Quantum Queen channel, since MQL5 is penalizing adding external links to Telegram and whatsoever, this seems to be one of the best ways to do. Pretty much having your own channel on MQL5, not getting penalized. And we see also here 500 members, and also the provider Bogdan Puscaso relatively active here in this channel. So just another trading bot I find quite interesting. It's not bullshit, because there's so many trading bots usually on MQL5 that are, well, bullshitting. And I must say also, he's not my favorite on this market, because unfortunately he lets disappear these kind of signals. I will put this link you see popping up here also down below in the video description, simply to keep him accountable for any removals or switcheroos of the live signal, because it is very misleading, since I must stress the fact of martingale-like-ish systems, such as grid systems that double down. And you also see it here, simply in the live signal, that there are periods of heavy drawdown, and he simply offsets these periods by adding more money to the signal. And now you have to ask yourself, how do you do this yourself, having such a trading bot running, right? Are you able of doing the same as well, like reloading capital into this kind of trading system just to offset these steep drawdowns of like 30, sometimes almost 40% to keep your account alive? And this is pretty much what Bogdan Ion Puscaso is doing with this kind of account. He adds new money to the account to make the likeliness of survivorship a bit higher and avoiding this signal to blow up. And we do not know how often he's running such a signal, such a trading system account in the background, maybe 3, 4, 5 different accounts as old as this account, just with different kind of settings, to make sure if this trading bot is blowing up, that his other 4 or 5 trading accounts with the trading bot are still surviving and trading, and then he will just do the switcheroo, provide this second signal, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. You get the idea. So that is just the only grain of salt or criticism I must say here to the provider Bogdan Ion Puscaso and to the Quantum Queen MT5, that you have to be very careful. This is not a money printing machine. It is, again, kind of a risky system, since the drawdown in exchange to the returns you get can be not to your benefit, especially when you start trading right when the drawdown begins, right? You just made a couple of small gains, since as we saw it before, you only make like $10 returns or whatsoever in exchange of a drawdown of 4 or 5%. So there can be $400 or $500 then. If you trade a 10k account, you make $10 out of your account, but you are currently maybe in a bit of a drawdown, equity drawdown of $500. So also ask yourself, if you feel comfortable trading such a strategy, I really recommend you to not check the charts then every day and just let it run with money, or maybe even better, demo money, just to see how it feels. And if it's real money, it should be money that you feel more than comfortable to lose. So these are my 5 cents to the Quantum Queen MT5. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers and goodbye.